Alright, hey there, doing another Star Wars video on unlocking a marquee legendary character, this one being one famous Wookiee, Chewbacca. Probably the toughest uh, legendary event, close between he and Darth Revan, which I had to panic farm. Darth Revan cost a little more money to unlock if you got him the first go, but Chewbacca's difficulty is getting a little annoying, and it's definitely a gear check. So we'll go over what I'm rolling with here. So I mean, I want to say my average gear level is going to be roughly 10.5ish, with mods focused on speed, and I will go over mods I'm using in character stats real quick before we get into a couple of attempts. If I break the video, I will pick it back up, or throw out a recording of a successful attempt. I won't waste too much time here. MVP is going to be Bosk. I think the only other character that you're gonna really, I mean, your only options for tier 7 completing it would, leader wise, and I prefer Bosk's only for this event, would either also be Django's lead, but the tricky part with Django's lead is that's really dependent on having Zam. Um, and your best all-around leader ability is going to be Boba Fett. But if you have Boba Fett, you're going to want to probably mod every. You're going to mod Boba Fett accordingly to what's recommended, with a potency set on the rest of your team, whomever you're using, and that's going to take multiple attempts. But I mean, if you're doing it free to play, that's what you're dealing with, and I think most people would recommend the strategy of if you're having to go with the Boba Fett lead to uh, definitely mod your best potency mods with emphasis on, if possible, any kind of boost in speed and critical chance and critical damage. But Bosk's lead pretty much does what the potency is going to do, so I do have. That's the only character in this team that I have the Zeta, and that's basically just healing your team back up. So, because you're going to be taking a lot of damage in this event, so it is helpful. The mods here are recommended, especially since for his recommended mods being defense and speed, I just put the emphasis on the speed and tried to level him up as high as possible. And I'm going against the recommendations. I kind of put together my own mod sets based on mods I had and availability. We'll look at stats. He has a crazy amount of health and protection. And speed's pretty good there, over 200. And that's helpful because the team you're going up against has insane speed, so the quicker Bosk gets to get his taunt up, the better off you are. So speed definitely helps with him in this particular area of the game. Right, and then close to gear 12, but not quite. Everything's Omega'd. I don't know that his Zeta would help you at all in this fight, maybe. if you're seeing that they have some recommended mods, the ones I opted for is trying to keep the health and protection up with sacrificing a little bit of tenacity and potency, uh, just because the potency is only necessary if you're using Boba Fett lead. Otherwise, the Bosk lead is doing what the potency on the lead would do there. So really, I just emphasis on speed is what I'm doing there. Speed, protection, health, critical chance. I mean, wasn't too worried about tenacity, just health, speed, protection. And look at his stats. And the characters I really emphasized speed on was Bosk, um, Cad Bane, and Greedo. Dengar is going to, he's viable, but for me, he was gear-wise and mod-wise. Because he goes into stealth, he wasn't my biggest priority, and he's already tanky as is, so. Still emphasize the speed. A little bit of defense on him as well. He doesn't go down nearly as quickly as Greedo can. Seems like they really go after Greedo. And you'll see when I'm going through, I do have a defense set on Greedo and Cad Bane, specifically for trying to take your two squishier characters and try to give them some survivability. But I mean, really, it's coming down to RNG. You're not gonna zerg your way through this fight. So speed. I went for the speed set. Chose health over the potency and the speed there. Protection. His stats. Protection on him. Got that speed mod on him. Nice. He's really useful because beyond the fact that he's throwing out grenades that'll blast after one turn, he can also remove a good chunk of turn meter just based on whichever scenario you're dealing with. Usually if you're removing turn meter, you're going to focus on Han. But I have a different little strategy to this fight, and I will show that. Successful or not, you'll see kind of how I've gotten through it and what I've been doing on practice runs, and it's got me all the way up to tier 6. My only issue was gear, and I paused this once I did my tier 6 video, just knowing I'd pick it back up, but it was a grind for the gear. And I'm coming up to the last day, and I'm hoping I get it done today, but I don't want to shell out any more money trying to get my last legendary character, so. Offense. A little more health. Protection. Defense. I guess I was trying to keep him up. He's a little under geared. Got the speed mod on him, so I was definitely going for that. Defense, got the speed on there. Protection. Went with the health over his critical damage. He's basically his detonators, and he's most helpful with the stun, but I definitely have speed on him to trying to keep up with the team, basically. So, and I would love to slice mods if I had the materials, but not a lot of protection, but a decent amount of health. And you don't really have to worry about Dengar. Like I said, as soon as R2 pops smokescreen, Dengar goes into stealth. So he's literally, if you're rolling into this fight with one tier 8 character, he's the one you might get away with it. Everyone else has to, at minimum, I would say, be gear 10. That's minimum. And if there's one character that isn't gear 10, it's Dengar. So, and mine is gear 9. I mean, he's, close, but other than this event, I don't imagine using Dengar a whole lot. I'm working on other bounty hunters slowly but surely. So, but he is helpful for this event. It just his kit's pretty helpful for the fight. So we'll get into it. I believe my squad power, I don't know why I was sliding over there, is just a hair over 90k, something like that. And I've just been trying to do bare minimum as I went through. Obviously the first 4 tiers are kind of a joke, and then tier 5 slaps you in the face. Just the gap there's between 4 and 5 is huge. Like, it's funny. Alright, so there's our team. And we'll get into some attempts here. Watch a little intro video that you can't skip, and I've seen this so many times. Yeah, that's a rough opening. So, strategy-wise, a lot of people are going to go after, well, Chewbacca's a stealth, but I like to take out R2, then focus on Lando, then switch over to Chewbacca. And I understand a lot of people try to get rid of Chewbacca as quick as possible because of that little shield with the wing buff. That's Chewbacca protecting Leia and Han. Basically to where you can't ability block them, you can't stun them. All you can do is remove turn meter. So those little blue boxes over them is something to be aware of. Also turn meter, but everyone's stealth. So here I would just opt for and try to execute R2. And you can't stun Han, so there's not much I can do with him. But I can stun R2. That's fine. We'll take that. He's already stunned, so I will throw out the detonators. Oscar's not going to get a turn here. Ouch. That's just a bad opening. So I'll do a couple more runs and I'll keep recording, but like I said, I'll cut the video just to save me some talking, and so you don't have to hear some of the not so great language that's going to be coming out after 50 to 100 attempts. Ideally, you want them to focus on Boba Fett, because you can kill him. Wow, he went into stuff. Alright. Everyone's kind of alive, so I'm going... Well, because Chewbacca's got more buffs, I'm going to try to knock off some of his healing immunity. Let's see if I can get him down. Put a stun on... I don't want R2 stealthing anyone. Hopefully I get it. Oh. I got stealth off anyway. The speed on this team is crazy. Usually probably why I usually go after R2. I haven't even gotten the chance to have Bosk throw out a taunt yet. So it's just the RNG. And they never have the same opening, and they never use the same abilities. It's always different, and there's no set on their speed. It's not even set who's attacking first. But there we go. Ideally, that's what you want to happen. All right, we'll get our taunt. I'm actually going to focus R2. That stun's not going to work, so I will probably just... Well, I'll just throw it, poke it, and finish him off here. Turn meter. Han's turn meter is not too bad, so I'll throw out the detonators. Go for a multi-attack here. He's gone. I'm going to focus Lando now. Make sure all the stun's not going to work there. I'll just throw out the damage. Yeah, I'm going to remove his turn meter. Still going to focus him. Come on, Greedo. You know you love it. Ability block, hopefully. Still going to focus Lando down. Come on, boss, don't die. Let's try to stun Chewbacca here. Oh, god damn. I don't want to jinx myself, but everyone's still alive. Oh, that's not good. That's the one guy you want alive. Stun on him. Hopefully we can execute. Yeah, just gotta throw it out there. But this still isn't a guarantee. I know that much. Because Han's about 50-50 if he's going to turn meter removal. Let's go ahead and throw that on her. Oh shit, I might actually have it. Okay, did not expect that. Oh, wow. Oh, there he is. Your legendary Wookiee. Hopefully I covered enough in the video to where you get an understanding of tactics there. A lot of people focus on Chewbacca, but as I was talking through it, I kept with my strategy, and it worked for me. So got a little hairy, a little dicey there, but gearing up Bosk and that Bosk leader, definitely worth it. So yet another one unlocked. There we go. 1 star. Oh well. Still unlocks him. Anyway, hopefully that was a little informative. I hope I covered everyone enough in the beginning to where you need to pause the video and look at mods I was using and stats, etc. And hopefully that was enough tactically for you to see. You got to see it straight through. So that took me 3 attempts. So I'm pretty stoked on that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and take care as always.